Hello and welcome back to another episode of Skyrim on Nyxus Gaming. We are here for a lovely little Nyxus guide, and today is all about the Thieves Guild here. Today we are going to be going over the larceny targets of the Thieves Guild Questline. Now if you don't know what these are, when you're in the main Thieves Guild headquarters, you may notice these empty shelves behind where Mercer Frey stands at his little desk here. Well, believe it or not, almost every quest in the Thieves Guild has a particular valuable item that you can steal, and it will later show up on these shelves here after you sell it to Delvin Mallory. Now, there are other things that can show up on these shelves based on how many side jobs you do for Delvin and Vex. And, of course, the big important thing in the middle is the Crown of Crown of Berenzia. I'm just mixing up everything today. Amalexia is a completely different character. The Crown of Berenzia that you get for finding all 24 of her gems. We aren't going over those today. I will show the finished product with the crown, however, and the gems will be included in a separate guide because they are literally all over the place and one of the most annoying collectibles in the game. Today is about literally everything else that goes on the shelves. That way you can change it from this look like this. Of course, like I said, after the video, you won't have Berenzia's crown here, but hey, it'll still look really good. So let's get thieving, shall we? So as I said, there's pretty much going to be one of these in every quest of the Thieves Guild for you to grab, and as such, the first larceny target available is going to be during the quest Loud and Clear, where you have to go to Golden Glow Estate here and mess with this guy named Arangoth. Now you'll have an objective to come up here and get the key to his safe before you clear it out. It's optional, but you should come up here anyway, whether you want the key or not, because on his little nightstand next to his bed is going to be the Queen Bee statue, and this is the first of many items we are stealing today. The next quest, Dampened Spirits, will send you to the Honningbrew Meadery just south of Whiterun here to deal with a little skeever problem that the meadery is having. Sabjorn here is going to give you a key, and with that key, before you head down into the basement levels where all the skeevers are coming from, you're going to want to come around this way up to the second floor, all the way around here. They really don't make it easy on you. And that key should bust you through this first door here, but then you got this second one, which is going to have an expert lock on it. So if you can't do an expert lock, then you may be out of luck. But anyways, once you break through that, on your right will be our next larceny item, the Honningbrew Decanter. Your third job will send you over to Solitude, where you will be shadowing an Argonian by the name of Gollum I in the Scoundrel's Folly quest. You'll follow him through this underwater or underground dock area, and eventually when you get to this point where it has a little like downwards bit here, you're going to want to instead go up here. And, of course, through all of this, you're going to want to avoid the guards. You can't be caught by them, or else they will immediately become hostile. But if you head all the way up to this room here, you will find the East Empire shipping map, your third larceny item. During the quest Speaking with Silence, you're going to be accompanying Mercer Frey through an old Draugr Nordic ruin in order to find a former member of the Thieves Guild. Now you'll get to this room right about here, and the correct way to go is to the right and up those stairs, but instead we're going to go forward through all of these Draugr around the corner here, and we're going to come across an item on a pedestal here surrounded by a bunch of oil and I guess flammable pots. No, the oil is the flammable things. The pots just catch it on fire. You get what I'm saying. I think it's pretty obvious here what is going to happen after we take the model ship, our next larceny item. You might want to jump out of the way. The next Thieves Guild quest will have you translating an old Dwemer diary of a certain someone in the guild, and in order to do that, you're going to have to come to a Dwemer museum and sneak your way past all sorts of guards and traps, and eventually you'll get to this room with a cantor in it. But before moving on to the balcony, turn over to the right, and you can find the Dwemer puzzle cube here. In the next quest, The Pursuit, where I can't really hide spoilers for the Thieves Guild anymore, so if you're trying to do this without spoilers, then I would stop here and play through the quest line to this point so you know what's going on. You're gonna be infiltrating Mercer Frey's house and figuring out what his plans are, and when you get to his plans here, conveniently right next to him is a bust of the Grey Fox. Not only is it your larceny target, it's also a very cool reference to Oblivion, the previous game in the series. Your final larceny item is going to be available in the quest Blindsided. You'll make it to the end, to the big sanctuary area where you will be fighting Mercer Frey himself. And you're definitely going to want to loot the body, because not only do you need to grab the skeleton key from it, you will find the right eye and the left eye of the Falmer. I'm not sure which one is the larceny target, only one of the eyes is. But you can grab both of them, you can keep the other one for yourself, or you can sell it for a decent amount of gold. Either way, just make sure to grab them from his body. That is the last larceny item for us to grab. Once you have any of these larceny items, in order to get them onto the shelf in the Thieves Guild, you're going to have to sell them to Delvin Mallory here, located in the Ratway here. Now, you can sell them one at a time, but I chose to sell all of them at once here, because I think he has specific dialogue for each one you bring him, and I wanted to show that all here, so let's get selling.
Got lots of jobs available. Interested?
No, I have a Honningbrew Decanter, though.
Well, I was looking for this little beauty. If you happen across any other unusual trinkets like this, be sure to bring them to me. I promise it'll be worth the effort. I think you'll find this payment to be more than fair.
And a Queen Bee statue?
Well, I was looking for this little beauty. If you happen across any other unusual... There you go. This should cover it.
Okay, maybe it's not unique. I remember him having some unique dialogue. What about the map at the Eastern Empire Trading Company?
Well, I was looking for this little...
Yeah, I get it. They're all...
compensate you for your find.
They're all little beauties, I guess. Dwarven puzzle box?
Well. If you happen...
Well.
It's worth quite a bit, actually. Quite a catch. There you go. This should make you smile.
I mean, that was something kind of unique, I guess. What about this ship model?
Well, I was looking for this little beauty. If you happen... What a delightful find. This should cover it.
You gotta say something about the bust of the Grey Fox, right? It's not like he was the leader of the Thieves Guild in the previous game at all, right?
Well, I was looking for this little beauty. If you happen across... Must have come from Mercer's place. He'd admired the Grey Fox for some time. Sure, I'll buy it from you. Here you are.
There we go, that's something unique, and I know the Eye of the Falmer definitely has unique dialogue, because this is basically the crown jewel, you know?
Well, I was looking for this little beauty. If you happen by the 8, you actually got your hands on it. This alone is worth more than some thieves earn in a lifetime.
And with that, we have given all of the larceny items to Delvin. And if we head back into the cistern area, we should be able to see the shelf decently full of everything we've gathered so far. You can see it from here. Everything is on there, but it's still not quite full now, is it? I had mentioned the Crown of Berenzia here. We aren't going to do that this episode, but I will do a quick little section where I go over how to get the rest of the stuff on here, all the jeweled items. Now, in order to get all the jeweled items displayed on the shelf, you're going to have to do a ton of Radiant quests for either Delvin or Vex here. In total, if you want everything, you're going to have to do 125 of these Radiant quests, which is a lot, and it's not really worth it, in my opinion, but I'll still go over it anyway. Delvin and Vex, they each offer different quests. Delvin offers you 3. He offers you the Numbers job, the Fishing job, and the Bedlam job. The objective of all of these quests is going to be pretty similar. You're going to be stealing stuff or just doing general thievery stuff, but it is a little bit different. The Numbers job is going to have you go to a store somewhere and find their business ledger where you will interact with it and basically alter the business ledger. The Fishing job is you fishing out of people's pockets. You're going to sneak up to some random person the quest is chosen, and you're going to pickpocket them. And then finally, the Bedlam job is more of a blanket thing. You're going to be sent to a random hold within Skyrim, and you're going to steal about, I think it's usually 500 gold worth of loot. It can be literally any loot. The main thing is you just got to steal it. Those are the 3 jobs that Delvin offers. Vex offers 4 of them, which are similar but still pretty much the same. She gives you the burglary job, the shill job, the sweep job, and the heist job. With a burglary, you're going to be going to a specific home and stealing a specific item. With the shill job, you're going to place an item inside a home, which basically means you're framing them for stealing the item. The sweep job, you're going to go to another home and you're going to steal 3 different valuable items to basically sweep the place and kind of send a message, you know. And then finally, you got the heist job, where instead of stealing from a house, you're going to steal a specific item from a store in Skyrim. So yeah, like I said, all 7 quests, just a bunch of stealing. Do whichever ones you want. It doesn't really matter which ones you do. If you want to unlock some fences and other shops here in the Ragged Flagon, keep in mind that you'll want to do at least 5 of these in each major hold in Skyrim, meaning 5 in Markhearth, 5 in Whiterun, 5 in Solitude, 5 in Windhelm, and maybe 5 here in Riften? I don't think Riften really counts, though, because this is Riften, but 5 in all the other ones. If you're just going for the items on the shelves, don't worry about that. Just do whichever ones you like, and 125 of them. It's also not a sudden appearance of all of this stuff as you do the 125th job. No, it'll slowly fill out as you do all the jobs. For example, the jeweled candlestick, which is up top here, that will appear after you've done 5 jobs for them. The ornate drinking horn, which is on this side right over here, that will appear after 15 jobs. If you want the golden ship model, you're going to have to do 25 jobs. The golden urn, which is right here at the bottom, that's going to appear after 35 jobs. The jeweled goblet here appears after 45. The jeweled pitcher, which was over here somewhere, yep, down here at the bottom, that appears after 55 jobs. And the jeweled flagon appears after 75 jobs. And once again, if you just want the stuff on the shelf, you can actually stop at 75 jobs. But just know you will be missing out on this safe here. This safe only appears after the 125th job. That being said, if you steal all the larceny targets and do 125 jobs, then this shelf and this area will be completely filled out, except for Berenzia's crown here, which I've decided we are going to do in the guide for next time, which will be in like 2 weeks' time, I believe. Yeah, in 2 weeks, we'll be going over Berenzia's crown and all the jewels with it. But for now, I think that'll end today's episode. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you then for, I'm sure, many people's favorite collectible in the game. If you can't tell, I was being very sarcastic. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.